Yeah,
It's
wow.
really dark over there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
really
as
dark over here.
saturated. Hi everyone. Hi TD man. Hi Ronis. Hi Joey. Hi Overcaffeinated. Look at Bug's car. Bug from the Beep Beep Redeem is here.
That's me. I'm that.
Wow, we have a
You have one. It's
celebrity.
a green dino. They have a dinosaur version of the Little Tikes Cozy Coop. Hold on, dinosaur
Oh man.
Little Tikes
I
Cozy
know
Coop.
problems. Hi D&D Dice Freak.
They
Welcome
do
in
have a
everyone.
dinosaur one.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to look at this.
It has little fangies.
Goodness.
I'll
Hi.
send you a link to it. Hi Dean.
Dean! Dean is here! Holy
Dean's
squeak.
here. Dean, how are you feeling?
Yeah, Dean.
You had an OG Little Tykes. Yeah, now they have a face on them. They kind of look like the face
Freaky.
is kind of strange. I'm not against it. It just is very modern.
I see two different types of dino cars in front of me with two different eyes.
From the little,
I don't know
you
which
were
one's
looking up
new.
the Little Tykes Cozy Coops. Yeah, there's like ones where they have the eyes on the front, and then
Yeah,
there's the ones where the eyes are like huge above the top.
yeah. There's one where it's the headlights, which is, I think, proper, and then they've got, like, the little toony, like, Roger Rabbit-esque eyes up there.
Which I don't like that as much.
Me
I
neither,
don't think that one's as fun. I think it's more fun.
if it's the
The Roger Rabbit one.
headlights.
Sorry, Joey. I didn't mean to trash your Little Tykes Cozy Coop, but
Uh-oh, I'm sorry,
you
Joey.
did buy the wrong one.
You're gonna have to replace it,
Why do they have
yeah.
hexagons on the sides? I was trying to figure that out.
That's the scales of the dinosaur, bro.
Oh, is that what the hexagons are for?
Yeah, come
Also,
on.
did you feel all the Vor people suddenly running the chat when they saw the sharp teeth on the Little Tykes Cozy Coop?
I think they were all there from when I forced Dag to show off the image of him voring me.
That's my son's toy. Did he buy it?
Did he buy it? No. If he bought it, then I'll put my complaint
Yeah,
in then.
I'll take it back if he bought it.
If he didn't know any better,
Maybe he lost some teeth and got like a lot of money from the Tooth Fairy.
Bug out here shaming people for their kids' toys.
With the
Doesn't
money he raised at the lemonade stand, I don't know if that's true. Can a child that's small enough for a Little Tykes Cozy Coop operate a
Here's the
lemonade
thing.
stand?
Bug is a lawyer and you are selling without a license. So
And famously a hater also, just generally.
yeah, Bug is famously a hater. Oh, there is a little tight cozy coop with a face on it. I don't like it. Oh, there's a pink
That's the
one.
new one.
Oh, and there's a face on it, but also the eyes are headlights too. There's two different versions of that one.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Now it
deep
makes
dive
me
on
wonder if
this?
is there like a country difference or something? Are they like the US market gets the
Ugly one?
headlight eyes and
Maybe other cars don't have headlights in different countries.
somebody linked me there's a like a key car, one of those Japanese small cars that somebody has modified to be very much a Little Tykes Cozy Coupe. Like the
Oh,
inside is even red and yellow. It looks sick.
that is sick. Oh my
Here,
god,
you know
there's a
what? I'm gonna find
trans
it and send
one.
you.
I found one that's pastel blue, pastel pink, and white. It's trans. It says princess on the back. Wow. Yeah, this is about what I thought would happen when I had Bug OS on my stream.
That we would just be on eBay immediately looking at products.
Yeah. This is awesome. Oh, there's so
I
many
do like
there's so
that
many cool
dinosaur
ones.
tricycle. That looked sick.
Tricycle, the one I just had. This is a I didn't even notice this was a tricycle.
Whoa. Does that have a like a passenger seat on that other one?
It's for all your dirt and stuff.
Oh.
A Little Tykes tractor and cart is the perfect ride for any tiny farmers with big imaginations. The detachable cart easily attaches to the back of the tractor, making it perfect for hauling indoors or outdoors. Hauling what?
I would put my favorite rat in there.
What do small children have to haul around? Oh well, this person has flowers.
Dirt.
Where's Big Tykes?
I
That's
think
what I
also
want to know.
germs.
Oh, they love having germs around.
They love to haul
This
germs around,
isn't
I
little.
think.
Is this Little Tyke? This isn't Little Tyke. This literally
It
says
says Little
Janet.
Tykes.
I do like this guy. This guy is
Yeah, that
very
guy is kind
polite.
of cute. He's
Very
adorable.
polite. Very nice. What the hell is this guy? Is this a plush? What the? Is it? Oh, what is this?
What? Why? Wait, Pillow Racer? Hold on.
Pillow Racer. That was my nickname in college.
Yeah, it sounds derogatory. Yeah, Little Tykes Dino Pillow Racer. I'm looking at them right now on Walmart.com.
A soft body little racer. I mean, these things are really, really cute, I have to say.
How is this not how I'm getting to work every day?
Yeah, I want someone to mod their car to look like this.
That's
That
what I'm
thing's
saying.
gonna absorb so
Hop
much
on
like
a giant
rainwater.
dinosaur.
Wow. Yawn. Welcome, BugOS, to the stream.
Hello, Gunnar. Gunnar the rat. Thanks for having me.
Seen any good Borzois recently?
I think you have sent me approximately 80 Borzoi recently, so yes.
Yeah, you have seen good. Hi,
I
Tinos.
I have reference on other streams you sending me Borzoi,
Oreo
and
bowls.
I don't that and like breaths and stuff like that. I don't think people quite understand the extent to which you love Borzoi and also are willing to share that love of Borzoi with other people.
That's
And
me. Hi, Astromouse.
can I also bring up another thing that you love?
What do I love?
Kind of a recent addition to your stable of things that you love.
What do I love?
Yogurt.
Oh! Oh my god. This is a
Do
recession indicator, as the kids say. Yes. I'm getting into yogurt and I'm trying to figure out how to make my yogurt good. And I was so happy to talk about that to you last night.
Gunnar was talking to me about yogurt, and I've been kind of thinking about it off and on today because I have a bunch of Greek yogurt just in the fridge right now, and I've got various jams and stuff that I need to like eat at least part of to have not wasted them before I move. Right now, I'm working my way through a coconut and sorry, Gunnar, you're allergic to this pineapple
Oh, I am.
and rum jam. Tastes great.
And
Just
rum.
it's like slightly rum flavored. I don't think there's a lot of real rum in there. Slam some of that into some whole Greek yogurt. Great time. Great snack.
I am so excited to get into my Greek yogurt era. This is gonna go so much better than my oatmeal era, okay? I tried to get into oatmeal like, what, 2 years ago, and it was fine for like a week or two, but then after that, there's just something about it that's just
Did
kind
you
of
ever do
nasty
savory
and
oatmeal?
inedible. No, savory oatmeal?
Also, yeah. Also, Dean, I think there's like a whole brand, right? There's like that Wee brand or whatever the hell yogurt. That's like French.
We... We...
Yeah, you get these little jars. They come in these little jars that you can then wash and then honestly use for nothing because they're so small and kind of
That's what
only for.
my... That's what my Chobani cup says. It's like, oh, you can recycle me. I'm like, okay, for what though? But
Yeah,
cool.
for what though, bro? But I know that chat is like what I really wanted was Bug OS to talk about savory oatmeal, but it is what I'm here for.
I
What
wanna
you
hear
do is
it.
you. I see that Crouton Blue Jay somehow joined the poll. By the way, one vote for no so far.
Yeah, Crouton said no. I was like, wait, I want to eat my slop. Like,
Um, Whoever that was in chat, you're entitled to your opinions. It's just that that means more slop for us. Um, Now two people have voted, and I think they're doing it just as a reaction to me having said that. Um, what you would for the savory oatmeal that I enjoy, you take a little bit of like chicken broth and cook your oatmeal in that. You can even just honestly put it in the microwave. That's fine. Um, and then just put a little bit of salsa and a little bit of cheese on top of that, and it rolls. It's
I've
amazing.
never tried savory oatmeal.
Put
Sounds
you can put eggs in
interesting.
it. You can take like hard boiled eggs, cut it up, put that in there, or you can just like make like I often have rotisserie chicken meat just laying around, so I'll just like cook some of that and pop it in there. It's really good.
I've
But
never tried that.
I am more pro yogurt than I am pro oatmeal, I would say. Um,
Have any of you
I did see a
guys,
video. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
have any of you guys seen Oliver and Company?
I have seen Oliver and Company.
Because whenever I think of chocolate and oatmeal together, I am imagining that Oliver and Company clip where Oliver the cat is just eating away at some slop in the cat food. And as a child, I was like, that looks so dang good. I kind of want to eat whatever this garbage is. Where is this cat eating the food?
Where's the slop
Look at
clip?
that. That's what I want. I want like chocolate chips, cocoa powder. Oh my god, that stuff was
And you want
banging.
like a large poodle to interrupt you.
A large, sexy poodle to interrupt me, yeah. It wouldn't work on me though, I'm gay.
I think my favorite food that like if I could have it from all media is in the show The Kids Next Door. Um, there was a fourth flavor of ice cream that was supposed
Fourth
to go along
flavor?
with vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. And apparently it was like so insanely delicious that they were like, we actually have to hide it away, otherwise people will just eat all of it, and
What?
we won't have any more of it.
That's
And
so
it was like a golden
mean.
color, and I
That's
wanted.
piss.
I don't know what it is,
It
but
was piss.
I don't think it was piss.
I'm gonna look up yellow ice cream. Yellow snow from Codename Kids Next Door.
Gold. You mean the fourth flavor? You want the fourth flavor from Codename Kid Next Door? Um, I
I
do
mean this
remember reading from the wiki that butterscotch used to be like a huge ice cream flavor and then just like dropped out basically.
I found where somebody wants binging with Babish to make this fourth flavor of ice cream, and it is yellow. I like that this image has a huge 9 gag watermark. Hi
Hi
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe, you're taking my Fisher Price car. Joke's on you, Gumshoe. This is actually a little Tykes car.
They say it may be an allusion to butterscotch ice cream. Wow. Should we try butterscotch ice cream?
I've had butterscotch ice cream. It's really good. I like butterscotch.
Dean says butterscotch in the dang
Yeah,
chat. What the squeak?
butterscotch rules. Have you had butterscotch stuff before?
I've had butterscotch.
I love butterscotch. Butterscotch, pretty good.
I think butterscotch ice cream would be pretty good. Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
that ice
What
cream
else?
sad I'm gonna be so I'm moving to Denver soon, as you know. Um,
Denver. You could go to that furry convention.
I can go to the furry convention. The problem that I'm running into is there's a flavor of ice cream I was hoping to try while I was out here called Blue Moon ice cream. I've never had it.
Isn't Blue
Um,
Moon beer? Or am I crazy?
no, it's different. And I just haven't been able to have it. I haven't been able to find it.
Blue
It's like
Moon ice cream.
I was hoping
Oh
it'd
my
be
god,
here.
this is that secret like new color that scientists discovered. I'm not gonna lie.
Was there a
This is
secret new
radiant.
color?
Yeah, I think oh, what's the story? Some scientists shot lasers into people's eyes and made them like see a new color, and then they're like, this is an approximation of what it looks like, and it's like turquoise. It's like cyan.
Yeah, we invented a new color, and then they're like, it was just a prior color.
Yeah. But I don't have lasers in my eyes, so I don't know. Blue Bunny? Blue Bunny is a brand of ice cream that is good and not expensive. But no, this is good. What else is a good flavor? There's another flavor I wanted to bring up of something. I don't even remember anymore. Oh, there's a fourth. They were trying to push a couple years ago. Some big chocolate was trying to push like a fourth new type of chocolate. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but
No, what?
there's like white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and then they had the fourth one. I forget what it was. It was like rose chocolate or something, and it was pink.
I don't. Oh, ruby chocolate.
Is it ruby chocolate? That sounds right.
I don't know that people
And
cared
that stuff
about
was pretty
that. I
nasty.
think I heard
Yeah,
about that at some point.
it wasn't that good, but it was fine. Wow, a fourth secret chocolate flavor. You know what? I love food. And I love that every time I stream, it low-key devolves into talking about food.
At some point, yeah. I want to talk about a Reddit comment from someone who tried it. They said it tastes like what would happen if you were melting chocolate in the kitchen and someone sprayed perfume in the next room.
They love their spraying perfume in the next room, a hint of fruit like in the air. They spritzed a lemon. in the back alley or something. I love these
Also,
little metaphors.
the first articles that I'm looking at that talked about this talked about it in 2017, so it seems like it did not get off the ground.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. 2018, 2019 must have been when I had when I was curious. I was like, oh, let me get a bar. Then I had it. And I was like, okay, not again. That was good enough. Hydrate.
You're like the fourth flavor can be a distant fourth. Actually, you're not getting on the
A
podium.
distant fourth, yeah. Man, why couldn't they find one that's the same
Wait, they have
shape?
blue. Wait, they have Blue Moon ice cream at my local Walmart right now.
Blue Moon ice cream right now, but we have to end
Yeah, I might
stream.
have to order
IRL
it before
stream.
I leave.
Thank you for the
No.
hydrate.
Hey, do you want to see pictures? Do you want to? Can you pull up pictures of Flynn?
Yeah, I'll just open up our Telegram on stream. That's fine.
I just got.
No, I will.
Well, maybe not that. I'll send it through Discord.
Don't worry, I'm hiding everything that could be shown. Bro has stick for legs, I'm not gonna lie.
You do have little stick legs. We call them his little chicken legs.
Little what?
His little chicken legs, like chicken legs.
Oh, Chacken.
It's
Becoming
mainly
a
about
gray
his back
muzzle.
legs, which you can't really see here, but he has
He's,
little chicken thigh looking legs.
he's becoming a gray muzzle.
Yeah,
Do you
he's a little
see
gray
that?
muzzle man.
He's tiny, he's itty bitty, and he has
Yeah,
chicken legs.
yeah, it's just kind of a little man. People always say that they think that he's that he would be bigger than he is, and I'm like, I don't understand this because I think every time I refer to him, I say that he's a little man.
Little man.
He's just a
Are we...
tiny, shiny little man.
Hi, Mudbud. Hi, Cage the villain. Mudbud, you confused the Repo Squad with whatever antics you were going on about. Because Squeaky Orca posted in the repo group and said, who was posting what looks like Percy Jackson fanfic in one of our chats last week? And I'll be damned. Mr. Mudbud, what is this? Alright, let's get to work on that serve. Percy smiled, making the woman blush slightly. It had been a few years since she had saw him. He had grown quite well into his body. After around 2 hours, Perseus and Persephone sat down on a nearby bench, both of them sweaty and exhausted. Posted that in next stream. You confused Squeaky Orca. And I was like, oh, Bud.
My favorite thing about the big repo stream is that everyone's automated chat stuff makes it into the same feed.
Oh
So like
god.
every shout out, every like
Every
automated
shout
like
out.
response to a
Yeah.
redeem, every all of those, they all make it in.
Yep, that's my favorite thing. I just go in one chat, I'll just spam it with a bunch of stuff. See, like, see what comes up. That's my favorite.
Now, Gunnar, I've heard that we're learning a lot today. That we're actually learning today.
We are learning a lot. Cage the Villain, thank you for subscribing. I learned that Cage subscribed at tier 1. Is that cool?
That's pretty sick. That means that you get access to Gunnar's emotes, which are very good.
Yeah, and you get ad-free viewing. Isn't that cool too?
I think my favorite Gunnar emote might be the one where you're sad. Well, I know what
Whee!
my favorite Gunnar emote is, but
What's your favorite one?
that's the texting one.
Texting, Gunner 20 texting, that only I have and nobody else does.
Is that true? Is that like a tier 3?
It is, yeah, it's my tier 2 emote right now. But we are going to learn stuff today, Bug. Thank you so much. We're going to be learning about fallacies. Or something. You know what? Let me go over here. How does it look? Wow, it looks absolutely fine. And now, let me screen share it with you.
With me, BugOS.
Yeah. What's crazy is this is not in full screen. I got it in full screen. We fixed the problem. Welcome to the fallacy quiz. You know what, guys? Anybody out there a big, huge fan of fallacies?
Any logical fallacy fans?
I'm probably saying a fallacy like every hour or two, honestly, like multiple times a day. I be exercising my rights as an American and trying to get one up on other people.
Anybody writing fallacies left and right?
Who's writing fallacies? That's crazy. This is going to be such an educational stream. I don't even know what a fallacy is. Well, I've got good news. I think we will learn.
I think they'll
Computer
probably tell us.
performance. Why is there an option for this? How graphically
Yeah,
intense does my game need to be?
Yeah, they're gonna start like doing like Bitcoin mining in the background, and they don't want you to
Yeah,
notice.
there you go. In French? No. Je ne parle français.
Tip creep.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy, you should have set it to low.
Yeah, apparently. You know how sometimes people try to persuade you by using misleading or incorrect reasoning? That's what we call fallacies. By mastering fallacy quiz, you might get better at spotting them. There you go. That was for you, Ronis. In each game, for 3 rounds of 5 questions, you have to identify whether or not the presented statement is fallacious. There are formal fallacies that are easy to spot because they are explicitly invalid. But don't forget informal fallacies that seem logical, but what they imply is not. The faster and more accurately you choose, the higher you score.
Okay.
This game is screaming in my ears also.
It's like loud as hell.
Yeah. As you play, you can unlock pages from the Fallacy Glossary and improve your critical thinking skills to be better equipped to avoid being manipulated by flawed reasoning. So put on your thinking cap and get ready to challenge your mind in Fallacy Quiz. Okay. Oh, this is multiplayer. Wait, I could get you on this thing.
Would it let me if I don't have a copy of it, though?
You want, like, the DS share play stuff?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But also, we can play it together.
We can play
I don't
together.
like that it's. I don't like the idea that it's timed or scored. I kind of just want people to, be able to chill with it. I love to enable shadows. I'm like, what else is about to happen? Are we about
This
to be?
game is going to be intense. Hi, Mattis.
Maybe
telling me about this game.
The sticks with like the stuff on it, maybe those get rendered real in the game itself.
Mattis, we're going to be learning today.
Maybe those are rendered live right now, actually.
Yeah, this is live. Using AI, it's just being rendered on my computer right now. This doesn't exist. No, I'm just kidding. Let's learn about fallacies. Easy mode. I'm so ready. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, what the?
Rats, let's go.
Rats are mortal, and I am mortal. Therefore, I am a rat. Well, this one's already difficult. Uh-oh.
This one for me is fallacious.
That one for you is fallacious? I think that one for me is valid, but... Okay, false equivalency. Oh, God. First question, I was already screwed. Oh, it's moving on without me. You are so pretty. I'm sure you'll help me carry this thing. That seems fallacious, right?
That seems fallacious to me.
I don't know what that has to do with the other statement, but that's fine.
Seems unrelated, yeah.
Appeal to flattery. Oh. Yeah, this game is going really fast. I want it to slow down. You have bad grades in physics. Maybe you should work more on this subject.
I'm gonna say that's valid.
Yeah, that sounds valid to me, right?
It's... Yeah.
A valid statement.
I don't like the word scored because it makes me feel bad for being like, let me just read it out loud.
You're selling this for $10, but I wasn't willing to buy it at all. Let's split the difference. How about $5? I'm so confused what's going on.
That's fallacious. That's the meat in the middle.
Meeting in the middle fallacy? Middle ground. You know your fallacies.
Yeah, I know fallacies a lot.
You have bad grades in physics, but given your private tutor's rates, you should be getting A+. That's fallacious.
That's fallacious.
That has nothing to do with the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Appeal to money. I've never
heard of appeal to money before.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Pause. It's also screaming in my ears again at 40% volume. I need it to be cozy.
You're like, where's the setting also to be like, can you do the speed at 0.4 of what it's currently?
Advanced settings. Reading speed. Default? Oh.
No, you want it down. You want it down.
What's the default? What's default at?
At like 100 something, 200 apparently.
180. 185 is default?
So let's set it to like 130.
100. Let's see what that does. Jeepers. Hi, everyone. Hi, Squirrel Teeth. Hi, Revelation. Hi, White Wolf.
Is this the cute
that
rat husband I always hear about? That's a different rat, actually.
That is a different rat, but you know,
You'd like
Stuff
to be.
is our husband.
You are a cute rat.
I am a
You're
cute
just not a
rat.
husband.
And I did hang out with Kelif for an entire convention one time. That's basically the same thing, I think, right? Is this the entire game? Was it free? No, I think I spent 15 bucks on this.
Yeah. It is.
But
I will say it's pretty polished so far for what it is.
so far, we have already learned a fallacy.
Appeal to money.
Appeal to money. Yeah, I didn't know that was one.
Money appeal.
I bet Gunnar could be a good rat husband. I can make you chocolate and yogurt, which some people would say is nasty.
I would eat it.
Alright, round 2. Look at these two curves on this chart. They're almost identical, so one must imply the other. That's a
fallacy.
This is that one fallacy. Correlation, causation, etc. You know?
Yeah. Should I let you pick them?
Oh, correlation,
First?
causation's confusion. Wow, I almost got it exactly. No, I think we're getting the same answers so far. My friend didn't steal that. If that were the case, he would be a thief, but he's a good person. That
That's
seems
a fallacy.
fallacious. Chopped apple, chocolate bits, and granola, perfect breakfast. Now, replace the apple with banana, and you have the best dessert of your life. You know what I'm saying? You know? Appeal to consequences? Already forgot what it was. Oh, thievery, right. No one has ever traveled through time, so I find it hard to believe that it could be possible, but I can't conclude anything.
I think I can't conclude anything makes me think that it's valid. If they're
Yeah, I know, right? If they're like,
no
but
one's
I don't
traveled
know.
through time. I think they just said they have a hard time believing it. Seems valid to me.
Yeah, I think it seems valid. This isn't really making a
It's not making a
statement.
conclusion. Yeah.
Was valid. With all this horrible stuff happening that they're showing on the news, I really think you should just stop going out. That's a fallacy, Mom.
Seems like a fallacy to me.
Seems fallacious. A spotlight fallacy.
We didn't get the
Beautiful.
green on that one. I don't know if you noticed that. We got
It's like
teal.
teal. If we let them build this skate park, our neighborhood will never be the same. Think of what could happen to your children if they go there at night.
Is that
That
like an appeal to children fallacy or something?
Yeah, appeal to dangerous
also,
skaters.
It doesn't necessarily seem like they ever actually define what the problem is there.
Think of what could happen to your children. I mean, I'm thinking of it.
Imagine what
Nothing
kind of
bad.
fake
I'm gonna say
stuff you could just
fallacious.
come up with.
Appeal to fear. Think of what could happen.
We got an achievement for 10 correct answers in a row.
We did. Have some granola type cereal. Should get some yogurt to go with it. I love my vanilla yogurt that I picked up. Yummy. There's another type of yogurt that I read about on TikTok comments, and they're like, this is the yogurt to get, but then I didn't see it at my shop, so I didn't get it.
You remember what it was called?
Let me find out. Let me scroll through my screenshots. Let me see if I can find any from TikTok. I do see something even more beautiful, which is the fact that I got a Switch 2, and I'm excited about that.
I'm also excited about your Switch 2. Your Switch 2.
I am going... Why is it not my screenshots? I am going to play Mario Kart World as soon as it comes out. I'm excited about it. No, I guess What? I thought I had it saved. I'm so sad. I could see when I found out that there's a dark mode option on TikTok, though. That's funny. Weird. Where did my beautiful, beautiful yogurt talk go? I was on yogurt talk for what?
We gotta find out what kind of yogurt this is.
This stream can't continue until everyone says their favorite flavor of yogurt. June 5th? Yes, June 5th. That's when the Switch 2 comes out. Already lost this game? True. Check this out. It's labeled new recipe, but since I don't know what they changed, it's hard to say if it's better than before. I don't even
Seems
know what we're
valid.
trying to say.
Yeah, seems correct to me. They're like, this thing says new recipe on it. I don't know what they
I
changed,
don't
so I
know, and
can't
it's
make a
hard to
conclusion.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valid. Dislike yogurt? You haven't found the right yogurt. Nobody has proven that we can travel through time. I'm telling you, it's impossible. Now, this is a harsh statement. Yeah.
Now that one's a fallacy.
This is too deterministic. This is too appeal to ignorance. Oh, you know what?
We
Why aren't we
don't know how
checking
to do it, so
definitions
it's
for things?
impossible.
What the
Oh,
hell is going on here?
I didn't realize we had a book.
Jesus Christ.
There's
Okay.
the money.
Should we read the money one? We often confuse the price of a product or service with its quality. Some people exploit this mistake to make it seem like a product or service is of higher quality, just based on its higher price. Better to base our judgment on actual proof of quality. This is what my chat was talking about the other day. Where, what was it, like Danish furniture is said to be very expensive, very good quality, all of that, and then Swedish furniture is, you know, cheap, you know.
But they're both made in the same
cardboard.
factory.
Yeah, but they're made in the same factory.
I just figured they were made in the same factories, and maybe there's just like a furniture maker that does both, right? Like they make both the shitty and good furniture. One may take advantage of the fact that the truth or falsehood of something isn't known to get you to accept their opinion on the matter. As long as we don't know, we can't present any arguments. This can allow your interlocutor to impose their position by taking advantage of this void. Y'all need Hey, I need the people who made this game. If you're out there, I really like the aesthetics of everything. You gotta dumb down the explanation.
Yeah, I'm very stupid. I don't know what interlocutor is. Do you know what that is?
I mean, I am inferring in context, basically. Yeah. But I don't know that I would know the exact definition.
This can allow your interlocutor to impose
a person who takes part in a dialogue or conversation.
By asking them, well, seeing that we don't know, how can you state anything firmly? We can get them to admit that the claim is baseless. I don't know if I would. I don't know if that would work.
I don't know. Like, the phrasing of this could be dumbed down a lot more. For a game about teaching people stuff, I would want to dumb down the text on that page.
Oh,
a lot of pages. 60 different fallacies.
60 different fallacies?
See, I think this one is fine. Consists of taking two positions if they're completely equal, then taking a position in the middle ground between those two positions. Again, though, using that phrase
interlocutor.
Yeah, to defend this new position, they'll present it as reasonable. However, if, for example, someone wants equality between all humans and someone wants to take away rights from a minority, the middle ground is far from being reasonable.
Wow.
I've also heard this as like, let's say one person is like, hey, I need this amount of oxygen to live or this amount of food to live on a bare minimum. And the other person's like, I don't think we should give you any food. Then somebody coming in being like, I think they should only get this amount of oxygen. We'll just do it right in the middle. That should be fine for both parties. Well, that must be the best one. A definition should not require you to look upwards. Yeah, I think as an educational game, this, you know. I also wonder if they wanted an even 60, and so they were like, appeal to money. Maybe appeal to money
makes sense to me.
Recognized one.
You can't really see it because there's like a damn little page in the way, but like the spine of the book changes as I flip through, and that's very aesthetically pleasing.
I looked up the appeal to money page on Wikipedia. And it says that this article needs citations for verifications. It looks like they're unhappy with kind of how not put together the page for that is. Maybe appeal to money is like informal. Seems like it's maybe not an officially recognized fallacy really yet.
Makes sense to me.
We've seen
maybe it could be another
201 questions in this game.
We got time travel twice.
We've seen 12.
They said there was a high chance of rain for today, so if you don't take your umbrella with you, you'll end up wet. I mean, that sounds like a fallacy.
That's a fallacy because it doesn't... just because there's a high chance doesn't mean you will end up wet.
Even though I would take an umbrella. Let's be so FR. Appeal to probability. See, sometimes fallacies are good. That's why I say fallacies every day. You don't want any cake? Okay, then I won't give you any. What? Valid?
That seems valid to me.
If you don't want any, then you're not gonna get any. What more can we do? I'm not sure I agree, but you seem to be very concerned about that topic. It's really cute how much you care. What's the statement I'm trying to base
Is that
here?
negging? Is that just like
What? But you see,
is
it's
that like diminution fallacy where it's like, and what you do is just be like, wow, it's so cute how much you're like talking about that or whatever.
What's the fallacy that they're cute? I don't get it.
Well,
What
I
am
mean, I think the thing is that they're being dismissive by being like, wow, you really care so much about
At
that,
least
huh,
they're
nerd?
cute. Yeah, I guess
It's so cute
it's.
about how much,
And
wow, you're like saying all this stuff like, oh, I'm getting robbed, I'm getting robbed. And it's like, it's so cute how much you care about that.
it's so cute how much you think that matters. Yeah, let's say fallacy. Why not?
It sounds like a
Right?
fallacy, feels like a fallacy.
Appeal to ridicule. Now we have to read about this one.
Yeah.
People distorting and exaggerating your statements to make them sound ridiculous will happen. The goal isn't for people to believe in these exaggerations, but to make them laugh. If the audience laughs at you, it becomes way harder for them to listen to you. In your what? I can't read long. If the word is more than 3 syllables, I don't want it. In your rehabilitative justice system, will you be the one catering breakfast to convicts' bed?
What are these? What are these examples?
I don't like.
Did that make the
Who
audience
wrote this
laugh
game?
at? Did that make the audience laugh at you? I think infantilization seems like a like to being like, hey, you're just kind of like calling them fucking nerds or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I was just doing that earlier in the stream when I read one of these out loud in a funny voice.
yeah.
Too bad I was doing appeal to ridicule. Actually, that's appeal to ridicule. That's me appealing to ridicule right there. Jesus. Well, we learned a lot about fallacies.
We
I
got
just unlocked
8,000 points in easy mode.
expert mode. How do I
We
get
actually
more?
were really close to 9999. Wow, we unlocked expert, huh?
You'll be asked to choose the name of the rhetorical fallacy from 4 options. If you have a hard time choosing which, you can take a look at the Fallacy glossary or train by playing easy mode again.
We want to try the hard mode.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I feel
I
like
want to
this
look at our
game is
achievements
taking
that are
a
possible.
lot of resources for no reason.
It's because they're rendering all these books.
Good job, we did it.
Okay.
Best score you can get in easy mode.
We were pretty close to the
999.
best score you could get, actually.
I don't know what I could have done other than be faster. Is that it?
I think so, yeah.
25 answers, 50 answers. Custom game, open the glossary. Discover all types of fallacies. Try multiplayer. Enter
I
each statement in the game at least once. Ooh.
don't like when you have to do multiplayer to get achievements in a game.
Check the game's credits. Okay, well, that's it. Appeal of this orange. Let's open the glossary and get an achievement.
Let's talk about the appeal of this peach.
Wow, I just got an achievement.
Also, didn't we already look at the glossary?
Yeah, but like in the game, so does it really matter? Let's look at the credits and get another achievement. Wow, thank you. Why is this game in English and French? Isn't that... Wow. Yep. Wow. Yep. Made with love. Thank you, Tim Creef. Great game.
I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm wondering if Gunner's gonna have played this game for 2 hours.
I don't know if I will. But honestly, I'm fine with this game. Wait, hold on. This child stole from an elderly lady. It's only fair that they're cutting off her mom's welfare benefits. Jesus
Two
Christ.
wrongs make a right, baby.
It's only fair they're cutting off her mom's welfare benefits. That's a really funny
she still
sentence.
cut her mom off.
It's really funny. If I played the lottery my whole life, I will win eventually one day for sure.
It's got to be appealed to probability, right?
Or just a lie, a straight up lie. How will I be able to tell what's a lie versus just a fallacy?
Well, I think a lie will just be like I'm having a hard. Yeah, how would we know? Like, if they're just like the moon's made of cheese, what if they believe that?
That's just a lie. Deep down, people are selfish, so this charity project based on donations and volunteering won't work.
Appeal to motive.
Appeal to motive. Mike Meows, welcome in. Thank you for following. Let me get educated on appeal to motive. Let me flip through my book for 10 seconds. Your counterpart will pretend you have a specific intention without proving it. If you truly had that intention, it could damage your credibility and raise questions about your honesty. The mere suggestion of such an intention, even without proof, can create suspicions about you. In this case, it may be difficult, if not impossible, to prove that you don't have this intention. Generally pointing out they are using an appeal to motive is enough to dispel the accusation. They're making a lot of assumptions here. This is a fallacy right here.
I was gonna say, how many debates have they been in where they're like, don't worry though, if you point out appeal to motive, it fixes everything.
Like, which fallacy is that?
I think that might just be lie.
That's the lie that we're looking for. Gee. There are lots of great ingredients in it. That's why the dish is tasty.
Fallacy of composition.
Bug, this is why I have you here. What the hell is fallacy of composition?
I mean, it's where if you have a thing that is true for all the individual parts, you're saying that it's true for the big part and vice versa. So, for example, if you're like...
For example, if you're like, metal cannot fly, this metal airplane won't take off. Wow.
I'm Matos.
Isn't Matos cool?
I like that Nardo.
And they have Kelif emotes.
Well, no, they have Nardo emotes.
Oh, Nardo, even better. Some properties do not depend on the individual parts of the whole. You see, my
emotes. What?
My lungs work, but does my brain? No.
Well, it'd be more like if you were like, well, I was gonna say it's more like if you're like, my brain doesn't work, well, that means I don't work, and then I was like, that's true though.
That would be true. My lungs work,
my
but I
gallbladder doesn't work, and therefore I don't work.
Yeah. I have an uncle who is 83 years old, and he's been smoking since he was 17, so I won't worry about it.
You want to pick it?
Biased generalization?
No, it's anecdotal evidence, because he's like, I have one anecdote, right?
You're so smart. Let's check the definition for that after this 10-second cutscene. The anecdotal evidence fallacy can seem similar to the hasty generalization. In this instance, they will mention a specific case that they encountered or were told about. Okay, anecdote.
Remind them that we cannot refer to a small sample size.
Everyone is saying this game is ass, but honestly, I might keep this game. Not gonna lie.
I think it's an interesting game.
What if I become smart?
I also do think it's super polished. If you're gonna make a game about fallacies, I don't know how you would make it any better, right?
Yeah, I agree. You suggest that people should opt for trains over planes due to ecological concerns, but maybe it's just because you're afraid to get into a plane.
I mean, appeal to motive.
Oh.
We already looked at that one.
I know. But let's just... Yeah. So, is it actually a game? I'm playing it. I can win.
It is
I
a
can
game,
lose.
yes.
There's different endings, like where you lose. That's an ending.
You get a score based on how well you do.
Yeah. You know, tests are like games.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. I just like seeing the pages flip. Isn't it cute?
I do like the way
Being absent for 0 days guarantees an end-of-year bonus. He did have 1 day absent. He shouldn't have gotten the bonus. It needs to be taken back. Is that valid?
Being absent for 0 days guarantees an end of the year bonus, but it doesn't necessarily
Oh,
mean that.
guaranteeing.
But it doesn't
Only.
necessarily mean that you
Only
could
people
have
with
the end of the year bonus
0
for some
days.
other reason.
So what
So
do you think?
probably denying the antecedent, I would imagine.
What the hell is antecedent?
Like you're saying that the first thing is false, therefore the second thing
Oh,
has
I
to
didn't
be
even
false or some
read
shit,
it.
maybe.
Just
I
because
don't know.
we've never done it doesn't mean it's impossible.
Oh,
Appeal to ignorance?
no, that seems. Isn't that valid?
Oh, wait,
Am I
wow.
wrong? Just because we've never done it? Yeah.
I misread this statement, even though I read it out loud.
I'll Google deny the antecedent while you do this.
I can... Oh, I can't even look it up during the middle? What's the
No, 'cause you-
good of how... You never joined us for lunch. We were wondering if you wanted to come with us this time around. What? Valid? This is just a what?
You never joined us for lunch. We were wondering if you wanted to come with us this time around. That seems valid.
That's hard to argue against, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Gumshoe. That's what we were saying. We were just looking up the definition of the fallacy, which is like essentially you set up a false if then, and then you say not if, not the if part, so then not the then part.
I was telling that housing all the homeless people would be at the expense of taxpayers, but you convinced me that it might end up being positive for everyone. However, you didn't prove me that it would be the most profitable thing to do. I'm so confused by how I
moving
read
the
the sentence.
goalposts. Because they're saying
Okay,
they're like, I was saying this thing, then you prove me wrong on that thing,
And
but
then
actually you didn't do this
changed
other
it.
thing.
Yeah.
That
PSPMO, am I right?
that's what I'm saying.
Look, they have a full building with a lobby and receptionist, like a big successful company. They must be a serious business. This is me streaming.
It's got to be false
false
equivalency.
Literally me
I
streaming.
should let Gunnar answer some of these. I was like, it's this one.
No, this is why I brought you here, because you're so studious over there. Do you feel like you're doing work?
No.
No, you feel like you're having fun with a friend. Maybe we got to make this game for your like latest chapter of your book.
I also
or
like
whatever.
games like this.
Learning.
He doesn't wear a shirt. He must not be wearing pants. That one's actually true.
That one's. Yeah. Wait, that's
You
about me.
you can Donald Duck. You can have shirt, no pants. You can't do the vice versa. Actually.
It's been 3 restaurants that I've tried on a whim, and each time I stumbled upon a high-quality ones. Come with me, I'll pick another one for tonight. It'll be just as amazing. This is... What? Hot hand fallacy, I guess, because I don't know what these other 2 are.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel valid necessarily.
Yeah, it doesn't feel valid. What the hell?
Does that just mean like hot hand isn't like I'm on a hot streak for picking stuff?
Opposite of the gambler's fallacy, believing that after winning a hand at poker, you have better chance of winning again. Okay. Many people make this mistake, and your interlocutor... The way I say it makes it sound like I'm sounding out every syllable every time.
How do I explain Mickey Mouse? What do you mean, how do I explain Mickey Mouse?
You explain, Mickey
Oh,
Mouse?
because you're saying he wears pants and he doesn't wear a shirt? That's actually, he's wearing a just a long shirt that's the same color as his fur.
Many people make this mistake, and your interlocutor may exploit this by mentioning past events that all have the same outcome to claim this outcome. Repeating would be more likely. Here you should explain that in random experiments, outcomes are independent. But if
And they'll
you...
definitely understand that when you say that out loud and you're like, actually.
If you flip a coin and it's heads 4 times in a row, it's probably going to be heads again, though, right?
Oh no, Gunnar. Oh
Wait,
no.
what? Give me back to my game. We ought to make a big fuss about boat pollution, but sailboats, for example, don't consume any fuel at all. You can't get any greener than that, so let's stop criticizing boats unnecessarily. Is that cherry picking?
That's cherry picking for sure.
Yippee! Doctors treat their patients and take care of them, so you don't need to doubt this doctor for your treatment. It's
gotta be destroying the exception. by saying like this happens all the time, so therefore, like this thing
Yeah.
happens, so there can't be any exceptions.
I want to read about this. Reading game, learning. This one consists of taking a general rule or statistic and applying it systematically. You will often hear people say everyone instead of most people within an argument. Oh, this is what Twitter is crazy about, you know?
Yeah, Twitter's big and on this.
This is me earlier in the stream, or me trying to convince Crouton everyone puts chocolate in their yogurt. And then here comes D&D Dice Freak, like, huh? Lead to major errors such as essentializing sociological statistics, for example. How do you feel about when you're reading a text and they make it so the line ends at the same place, you know? Instead of having, you know, like look at how much space is in between these words here. They make it the square.
You mean justified text?
Yeah, is that what you call it?
Yeah,
With your
whenever
fancy
you want
degree?
it to be flush with the left and right hand side.
Do you like that, or do you like it normal?
You know, a lot of people like justified text because it looks more official. Like in a lot of law documents, people will justify text because it looks like very serious. But I think it makes it a lot harder to read some sentences, so I actually just like left aligned.
I like the left align too. I don't like these big spaces in
No,
between my
I think it looks bad.
Salacious line spacing. Hi, Geo. Me destroying exceptions. Look, do you like that Nardo emote? Have you ever seen that one?
I don't know that I have seen that one. Let me take a look here.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's really cute. I had to look at it bigger.
They're smushing that thing.
Because I thought small something else might have been happening.
Could be. Hi, Pavel. They said there was a high chance of rain today, so don't take your umbrella, it could end up wet. We've seen this one before.
We did this one.
I forgot which one this is.
Oh, wait.
Slippery
They
slope?
said oh, no, you could end up wet. This one's valid.
Oh. You could. Okay, yeah.
You
they
could
didn't
end
say
up wet. This one's
definitively.
valid. Yeah.
Thank God there's
We
a
got
mechanism here reading.
9980. We're 19 points away from the best score you could get.
I gotta pause and cheat more, I think.
Yeah, we gotta pause and cheat more.
Wow, that was the whole game. Good work, everyone. What's custom? Oh, well, it's custom. Who knew?
Okay, what does it say? Hold on. There's on custom. Include only mild topics. What are the non-mild topics?
Can I read about that in the glossary book?
Does that mean like how they're like don't mention the climate change and stuff?
Don't mention feeding everyone or giving everyone a home or something. Nothing political like that. Nothing woke.
Have we
like
gotten one
that.
wrong yet?
No, we've been perfect the whole time.
We're just good at it.
Because you're double checking my work, which is what I want you here for. That's why I brought you here.
Look at how under expert mode he's like, I'm gonna fucking get your ass, bro. I'm gonna own you.
This is the guy
Easy
that's
mode
like,
is like-
actually, that's appeal to money.
This is appeal to fire. I'm gonna light you on fire.
Actually, fire fallacy. Your everything is on fire.
That face when you own me, Rago. I'm making that face every day, bro.
Let's play another expert mode.
Okay.
Ready? I wish this game was a little slower paced. Yeah, you might have seen me steal this money, but trust me, it's not true. That could be a lie.
That just seems like a lie. Yeah.
That's just a lie.
Yeah,
You
just a
saw me
lie.
do it, but I didn't.
But I didn't do
wait,
it.
wait.
actually.
Oh man, I wanted the definition. Dang it. Companies frequently make profits, therefore the purpose of a company is to make profits. Circular reasoning?
I think that might be affirming the consequence because it's that companies make it like a thing as a result of it, so that must be why it made that happen.
Hi, Golden Pelt. That feel when you own me? Me when I'm not... Oh, what's her name?
Me when I'm anyone
Never
who's not Oldrigo, because that means they're getting owned constantly.
We have a cause that is known to imply a consequence. I missed my bus, so I'm late. But if you don't pay attention, you can be made to believe that the cause happened just by mentioning the consequence. Hold on. This is some high intellectual stuff here. Even though this isn't necessarily the case, if he misses the bus, then he's late. He is late here, therefore he missed the bus. This is one of the possibilities, yes, but you cannot just deduce that. By asking But there are other explanations for this. No question mark can help. That's the
That doesn't
stupidest way
seem
you
like
could
that
ask
really
that.
applied to the thing we just talked about. Like the way they structured it doesn't super match the question we talked about. They're not wrong, but again, they could just explain things better.
Um, um,
Is old Rego supposed to be
so
sleeping? Rego, why are you supposed to be sleeping? Do you have to go to work early or something?
it's like, what, 9 p.m. for
Yeah,
some?
isn't it? Yeah, do you have like a baby bedtime? What happened?
The inverse
It's
statement
like
is not logically equivalent.
it's like 8 p.m. He only got 3 hours of
Mm.
sleep. I only got 3 hours of sleep.
This reminds me of when I was doing geometry work in high school, and we had to, prove everything. It was a lot of proofs.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out that Rego and I, unfortunately, we share a bunk and we can't like sleep in it at the same time. So we each only get like a small amount of sleep because we get it for like half the night.
It's Rego's time at the bunk right now.
Yeah, Rego's supposed to be in the bunk right now. Where's our dom for Rego who believes in things like, it's so hot to make you go to sleep on time.
Oh, it's so hot to eat 3 meals a day, get exercise in, take a walk. Oh, bro got added.
What does that mean?
Add 1 of 80.
Oh, are we in ads now?
Right now?
Or is that only old Rego? Is old Rego getting ad domed right now by Twitch?
Ad domed. Anybody who's not subscribed is in ads.
Oh, except for me, I have Turbo.
Me too. You think people should stop drinking. You say you've stopped drinking for 2 years and 7 months? Oh wow, you're counting the days literally. Should we count seconds too? That seems ridicule.
That seems like ridicule to me.
That seems ridiculous. Oh wow, should we count the seconds too? That's a crazy thing to say. Can I write this down for my personal life? That's actually really funny. I'm gonna take the wrong lesson out of this game.
Which is to ridicule people as much as possible.
Yeah. Wow, should we count the seconds too?
You say I shouldn't spend $8,000 on gacha games, but you spend money on food to survive.
I'm very smart.
And doesn't that seem like that's the same, idiot?
When tossing a coin, it's equally likely to have 4 heads than a tail than to have 5 heads in a row.
True.
I'm so confused by this one.
Unless we're supposed to know, like, actually,
it's not Spotlight. It's not. I guess it's valid because it's not any of those 3.
It's not Kill Money. It's valid. I thought they're gonna be
like, is it a valid statement?
It's weighted. What if the head and the tail?
Is it a valid? Yeah, I guess it's a valid statement of anything could happen. Everything's as equally as possible, right? I mean, yeah, the coin doesn't know anything.
Assuming a fair coin. Yeah, they should have put assuming a fair coin in there.
You say that protesters shouldn't damage schools. That's real cool for all the other buildings. Thanks. That's crazy.
You want to take a swing at that one?
Jumping to conclusions. What bug? Are you jumping to
love the idea of somebody being like, you said that protesters shouldn't damage schools, and that means that.
That's how Twitter works.
Yeah. You think schools shouldn't be damaged? So you think it's fine to just damage everything else?
Someone who doesn't have all the necessary elements to conclude a subject may invent elements without proof in order to reach the desired. Whenever I get in like a blue sky argument, I'm just gonna screenshot this game and just reply it to them.
But I don't know that this will explain. I don't know that the explanations in here necessarily, like, I think even from the question we just had, being like someone who doesn't have all the necessary elements may invent elements. It's like, well, what is the element? The implication there is, I guess, that they invented the element of you have to also say that you think all the other buildings should be
every building ever. Yeah.
But that's not well explained in the explanation. I feel like the questions
so confused by the second paragraph too.
The questions by these should have individual explanations as to like why each one of those, unless they're like randomly generated somehow, but I don't think that's the case. Take a screenshot of this and send it to me right now. Can you take a screenshot of jumping to conclusions and send it to old Rego?
Yeah, of course. As soon as the
I can
UI
too.
goes away.
I guess I realized I can do
Where's
that.
Rago?
I'll do it right now.
I
on.
already have the screenshot.
Yeah, but I'm sending
Do I
it
have,
to him.
I have Rago on Telegram. Let me open up Telegram. Jumping to conclusions. My favorite fallacy.
Oh wait, I actually can't send it to Rago because I forgot Telegram thinks I'm a spam bot suddenly, apparently.
You are. Oh, ignore that, Rago.
I think
must
it's
have sent
because
you the
I'm
wrong
using
copy
a
paste.
I'm using like a VoIP number, and I think it's not.
Hi, Cosmic.
About that. So at some point, I gotta get
Humans
off there.
are mortal, and I am human. Therefore, I am mortal. Sounds right. Well,
No, isn't that seems right.
it could be a fallacy, though.
You're saying all. You're saying all.
I want to plead to
are
ignorance
Y.
or something.
I am X, therefore I'm Y. Right? That's the setup here.
X equals Y.
I'm X, therefore I'm Y.
You don't think it's
That seems
jumping to
valid to me.
conclusions? Yeah, that seems right. Not jumping to conclusions? Trust me, it hasn't rained for 3 days, so we should prepare a picnic for tomorrow. No. Hot hand fallacy. We learned about
Hot hand
this
fallacy,
one.
baby. We already know this one.
We're learning. This movie used way too many special. What?
Can you escape real quick? Well, Rago, I already said if X then Y, X therefore Y. I already said it. You didn't have to spell it out with your fancy letters. Okay.
And your
You have to use your
arrows,
fancy
come
words
on.
with it. I'm gonna put old Rago in a locker. I think.
But I want you to lock Rago in a tiny Tykes car and then like put a lock on it.
Oh, and he can't. You think he can't crawl out?
Yeah, exactly.
All rats as small as old Rago are bullyable. Old Rago is as small as old Rago. Therefore, he's bullyable.
Valid statement. I heard of Mike Meows before. Mike Meows followed me. Do I know this person? It's possible. Anyway. This movie used way too many special effects scenes. Another movie that did the same thing got a bad review. That's why I think this one will get a bad review as well.
Let's appeal to consequences, right?
Consequences.
Or maybe not. Is that false? It's fuck. Damn it. Fuck. And
That's
I can't
okay.
believe
I should have caught you.
Gunnar got that wrong.
I should have caught you if I knew that was wrong.
You should have caught me. I was like, did you hear me at the last
there
one?
was a,
Wait.
I was thinking it was the other one, but it was a fallacy on my part of it was hot hand fallacy of like if Bug is right the entire time, then Bug will be right about this one. We just experienced a fallacy.
You just experienced my hot hand, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, or your hand burns and you can't do anything with them.
Oh, I thought. Never mind. I was gonna say something else, but that one also.
First one will point out connections between two things, then claim properties of one are also properties of the other. I think some of these. I feel like this contradicts another fallacy. Are all statements fallacy? Because like, if all humans are mortal and I'm a human, how is that not false equivalency?
Why would it be? Well, because you're saying all X do have this, right? That you're saying it's true that all X have this. But with this one, what you're saying is it's like, confirmed. Well, this one movie spent a lot of money on special effects, and it got a bad review. This movie also spent a lot of money on special effects and had a bad review, but they're not necessarily related, right?
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Don't deny the connections if they are factual. Focus on the fact that from these connections or conclusions do not follow. Of course.
They should have used the explanation for each question.
Music's beauty isn't accessible to... What? Idiots? Oh, they have a typo in their game. Because to be able to appreciate music is necessary to be intelligent. That is... What the hell is Mott and Bailey fallacy?
I think... I mean, I think it's circular reasoning, because it's saying that you can't appreciate it because you're dumb, because you can't be dumb and appreciate it. Also, I feel better about having gotten one run now that I saw a typo. And that is probably a fallacy on there somewhere.
Typo fallacy?
A circular argument is a circular argument. It's as simple as that and just as stupid.
I want
That
you to
doesn't really
explain it.
explain. Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely doesn't explain it.
That's a cute sentence and all, but I want you to explain it.
It sounds like business makes money, ergo they exist to make money. Well, no. So can you pause it for a second? So the difference is what they were saying originally is they're saying dumb people can't appreciate music because dumb people can't appreciate music.
Because you need to be
right?
smart to appreciate music.
It was basically what they're saying there. Whereas the other one is saying, this thing happened to happen, therefore it must be like why that thing exists. It's like it's a different setup. A definition shouldn't use the words it's trying to explain.
True.
I agree.
This movie is going to be a hit. It's okay if you're not paid up front, you'll get the royalties. Huh?
Huh?
Is this valid?
This movie is going to be a hit.
Wait, it's going to be a hit. You'll get the royalties. Wishful thinking? Wishful thinking?
I don't... This one's really tough because I don't really get what the... Like, what their person's trying to do is persuade you, like, hey, it's fine that you don't get paid up front because it's going to make a lot of money.
I think it's wishful thinking. I don't think there's anything about correlation.
I think wishful thinking is... I'm fine with you selecting it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's nothing about correlation and causation here. Your interlocutor asserts something only because they want to believe in it. You can tell them that you understand they want to believe and explain it. Just because they want to believe it doesn't make it true. If they aren't willing to listen to you, they aren't ready to question their unfounded beliefs. Screenshot this also and send it to people on like Twitter. Does it count as a fallacy? Yes. Because it could be badly. You could be wrong.
I'm getting filleted by this game.
I had wishful thinking once, and then November 2024 happened. Never again.
Rego, I did try to send you something, and it wouldn't go through. It said that I'm a spam bot. I was looking at potentially. I was like, maybe I'm just gonna buy an SMS so that I can have that account instead of using a virtual number for it.
You don't have like a phone?
I do have a phone, but I have a different normal person Telegram account under that that I don't use. But I don't want to use my real phone number because I got really tired of like family member has joined Telegram or like friend you have in real life has joined Telegram. I was like, I don't want to get it out of here.
You notice how like there's nobody with a FPOP subscription anymore because it's been like 8 months? How long has it been?
That's so sad. FPOP's got great emotes.
Pop died.
But the thing is he's also so he's very busy currently.
I have more followers than FPOP? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
He's constantly working right now.
I had no idea. Working? Like a job?
Yeah. For money.
When was FPOP's last stream? Twitch tracker, help. I want to find out. I miss FPOP so bad. Me too.
We've got the opposite of... We've got the gambler's fallacy. Just because FPOP hasn't streamed in 18 years doesn't mean that he's not going to stream tomorrow.
Yeah. Now what's the diamond mining fallacy of like giving up before, you win big? Last stream was November 19th, 2024. Oh man, everything bad happened in November 2024.
Yeah, what if FPOP just got so depressed by the election that he was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I understand it, honestly. But also congrats to Canada for not messing up their election.
But also, FPOP is still putting out some banger art. So...
Type a 1 in chat if you've seen Spyro recently in the past 24 hours.
If you've seen FPOP and Thomas's Spyro art, go ahead and put a 1 in chat.
Go ahead, post the link in chat.
Well, hold on.
Let me research. I need to research before I answer this question. That's good.
You're looking for a B-Sky account called, I think, Tom and Pop. Is that right? Let me take a look.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, Tom and Pop.
I like the Old Rego stare. Old Rego, when am I buying you a game so you could draw my feet? What are we saying 1 for? If you've seen Spyro art in the last 24 hours.
Sheesh, boy, that one exploded, huh? I'm just looking at the likes now. We're
Should I
at
put it up on
2.3K
stream?
right now. Thomas has like a big Telegram too. And people have just been joining all day.
I don't know anything about Thomas. They should go on the cruise.
Thomas should go on the cruise. I'm gonna
Now,
try to
here's
convince
this
them.
fallacy for you. All cool people go on Disney cruises, therefore Tom and F-Pop should go on the cruise. Is that a valid statement?
Well, you'd have to figure out whether all cool people do go on Disney cruises.
Oh, it sounds true to me.
Well,
anyway, it's round 3 time. You say rats are harmless as pets. I think they have no business being in a house because they're pests. We can both be right with our own way of thinking. That kind of sounds fine. I don't know. Right?
I think
because
is that the relativist fallacy though? Is it saying like it's all I don't know this one.
You're just saying I think, and we both can be right, and that sounds fine. I'm gonna say valid. I was wrong. And I got a nice orange background for it.
Why was mine red but yours is orange?
I'm more correct than you. After a while, if someone has no more arguments left, they may say something like, you have your way of thinking, I have mine. Oh, that's relativist fallacy? That's your version of things, and I have my version of things. But in the rational discussion, if you have 2 different ways of logically reasoning, then at least one of them is invalid. Okay. You're both not right. You have to one person has to be right. This is like a scientific argument as opposed to a political one. You know?
Yeah. And you know who's right? My mom. Do you like that?
Okay. You're Muscle Man from a regular show?
Yeah.
Nice. You say rats are harmless pets.
I didn't appreciate the other day somebody was talking about how they enjoyed watching that in school, and they did not mean in college, like whenever I saw it.
See, that would be me, unfortunately. But now I'm older than the 2 of them. Because they're like 21.
10 or 11 or 12 when that came out, I think.
Regular show.
What was it like being
2010. I would have
10
been 11,
years younger than me? Was it cool?
You're not 10 years older than me.
Cool. What's that?
You're not 10 years older than me.
I think I'm 9 years older.
Were you born in the 80s?
No, I was born in 1990.
Damn. 9-year difference. That's cool.
I'm pretty certain you're 25, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the next, like, 20-ish days. Hi, Squeaky Orca. We're learning about fallacies.
Wait, is your birthday coming up in 20 days?
Yeah, May 20th is my birthday.
What? Oh, yeah, because your birthday stream that I have to miss, unfortunately, because I'm moving.
Yeah, and Drip the Deer also said no, so I'm like, well, now what? Well, now what?
What's his excuse?
He's going on a vacation, allegedly. Not to out Drip's whole thing.
Okay. And so he thought his vacation is more fun than hanging out with you on your birthday?
That's what I'm saying. Literally my birthday.
Gunnar and Rhaego are both 25, therefore all rats are 25. That's actually true.
Valid, I think.
God, I wish rats could all be 25 years old. Boy, do I wish that was true.
And only 25 years old?
Well, because I think rats are so cute, and I would love to have a rat pet, but
then here's where your logical thinking flops, is they would be born age 25, and then live a year, and then die.
No, I said I think they should live till 25.
Oh, I was hearing you incorrectly, fallacy.
Yeah, cotton balls in your ear fallacy.
Yeah.
You gotta stop using Q-tips and then being like, it's good when the tip of it breaks off in my ear.
I think they're making Q-tips worse. I remember being a teen and a young adult, the little cotton on the Q-tip would not like dissolve instantly, but I feel that thing like falling apart now.
Yeah, I feel like they made Q-tips worse somehow.
Rats living to 25 would end the world, but I think it's worth it. I think rats are one of those species where when it comes to making babies, it's more about quantity than quality.
But think about if they lived a lot longer, they could have fewer babies. And then maybe they'd be like humans. They'd be so smart. Maybe they'd develop little rat societies.
I think you're right, yeah. Wait, I'm agreeing with your fallacy. Gunnar's talking about you
That's
right
called,
now.
if you agree with someone's fallacy, that's called fallacying them.
It's called fellatio, and you performed it on them.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm gonna click allow.
Yeah, that was really funny to see. BugOS added permitted term, I will kill you, period. Rats are harmless. I think they have no business being in a house because they're pests. We can both be right with our own ways of thinking. So the incorrect statement here is we can both be right because you're both not right. One person has to be. One
like, I
person's
think it's fine if you're like,
correct.
I think this popcorn isn't good, and you think it is good, and we can both be right in our own way of thinking. I think that's fine.
Yeah. I think chocolate can go in yogurt, crouton doesn't. I'm correct, but crouton's fine for not agreeing with me.
Well, I don't know about that. I like this one on moving the goalpost, which I don't know that we've actually looked at the book at. This is the one bolded. This is extremely annoying to endure.
Yeah, I like that. I like how you pronounce endure. Endure. Like, there should be another syllable there. Where was another one that I wanted to read? There was one where I accidentally...
Lies. You wanted lies?
Lies is good, yeah.
Which I'm realizing this isn't necessarily alphabetical, it looks like.
This is just whatever funny order they thought of it. Denying the antecedent is also one.
Antecedent.
Antecedent? Is that how you pronounce it, Mr.
Yeah.
Lawyer? Your Honor? Or whatever I should call you?
I also said to Crouton, I love Crouton, and he said, I don't ever think about you.
Oh, that sounds right.
And we also were on a lifeboat, and he was like, he started just swimming away into the ocean. I was left there on the lifeboat. It was really strange.
And you both could have fit, and people have been discussing that for like 100 years.
Yeah, people have been discussing it for 100 years, just like the jewels that I threw into the ocean.
Yeah. In the phrase, when the train has an issue, there is a delay. The train has an issue is the antecedent, I guess. A delay is the consequence. A fallacious version can be derived when the train doesn't have an issue, there is no delay. This is false, because we're denying all the other reasons. So it's like the inverse of A does not equal inverse of B or whatever the F. If A equals B.
If not A, that doesn't necessarily mean not B. Yeah.
We're gonna need Olrego to say what you just said, but in a silly
with
rat
different
manner.
letters, yeah.
Yeah, with different letters. Look, the first 3 results of my search confirm that I am correct about this. Yep, that sounds fine to me. No,
Cherry picking, baby.
No, that sounds fine to me. Cyan.
I want some cherries. Cherry picking sounds sick.
Yeah, I
Bring
want to go
cherries
picking.
on.
I could put them in your yogurt.
Ooh, you should get some yogis and sprinkle them in your yogurt.
Hey, I've eaten dog food before, like for fun.
For those that don't know, yogis are yogurt-based treats for rats, and Gunnar is a rat. Therefore, he should be eating yogurt-based treats.
Therefore, oh,
That's
I like
fallacious.
that. That's a valid statement. Oh. One time I went into a pet store, and they had like a little buffet style area where you can like pick out treats for your dog, like how some other stores would have jelly beans.
Yeah,
anyway, so we were looking at this buffet style of all the dog food, and we're like, dang, that one kind of... It was me and my dad and my mom, and we were like... Me and my dad were like, dang, this food kind of looks good. I would honestly eat this. And then the worker there was like, eat it. It's safe for humans too. Go ahead, take one, eat it. And me and my dad did. And we ate it, and it was good. I don't remember. I remember not being against it. Would you eat dog food?
I would try exactly one kibble once, and then whenever it was gross, I would never try it again.
But this is like a treat.
But if it was like a peanut butter treat or something, like a peanut butter banana treat or whatever.
And then the worker was like, eat it. Put it in your mouth. Chew it.
It really depends on whether I think there's any like meat-based products in it. It's kind of...
It wasn't me. It was desserty. Wait, squeak? Squeak. Bug, can you say squeak?
The Redeem says Gunnar says it, not
Okay.
Bug says it.
Sorry for being fallacious.
You have to make a separate Redeem that says Bug says.
Bug says squeak, yeah. Beautiful people easily find partners, but I'm not beautiful, so I'll have a hard time finding one myself. That's a...
Wait.
What's wrong with the exception? Denying the antecedent. That sounds right. Antecedent.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one we just did.
We just read about this one. Don't worry, guys. There's someone for you out there. Listen, there's been like hundreds of generations of people who look just like you reproducing. Remember that. Remember that, Bug. Does that
I
make
don't
you
like
feel
thinking
better?
about that.
There's been 100 Bug OSs in history, and they've all had straight sex and made you today.
That's not. I would like to. I don't think my relatives are like me. I'm gonna go ahead and say. I think
they are closer.
I think
than
there's
you
some
may
clear
think.
differences between myself and the prior generations.
I think if your like great grandfather had today's technology, I think he would be into the same stuff.
Do you think you would end up with a Bug OS on screen still?
Yeah.
Okay, and D&D Dice Freak, what kind of dog though? You're gonna pass out. That's good. Good night, Orego.
Good night, Rago. You see, Bug, there's this really interesting, there's these interesting letters written by a man in the Victorian era, I think to his wife.
The fart one?
And it is the fart one, yeah. These are the craziest, most... I'm not into farts, so it's nasty to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are crazy, crazy fart letters to his wife, like, oh my god, I miss your farts, I
Have
miss
you
the
already read
smell,
them on
I miss the
stream?
heat.
Because they are.
I don't want to read them, but
they're bad.
But it's reading letters like that where it's like, honestly, there's not much of a difference between back then and today. It's just, you know, having access to all this information now.
I, as a joke, was gonna read one on screen, but then I saw it and it grossed me out.
It is really bad. And I'm like, you know what? If this man was born in like the 90s, he would love the furry fandom today. He would be such a fan of like all the art online.
If you want to know what we're talking about, just Google fart letters, and then you're gonna see James Joyce's love letters.
James Joyce.
And then just search that page that you find for the word fart until you see a letter, and then you're gonna hate what you see. Black Lab Aussie chat. That sounds so cute.
That's not very cute. Bug is descended from the Trojan horse. Can't say that it's not true. One of your ancestors could have been the Trojan horse. Is this the new stream theme?
Yeah, it is.
Arts? Anyway.
Sorry, I got so distracted by that I'm mentally having to reset, you know?
You have to think about fallacies, man.
Yeah, we gotta get fallacies, not farts. Fallacies, not farts. We always.
But like, what if? Here's the crazy thing. Here's something crazy that nobody wants me to talk about. What if fetishes are like genetic?
I've often wondered this. So I've always wondered, like, is it something where your brain is structured in a particular way to where all it takes is like one piece of environmental stimulation for you to go like, for it to unlock, right? Or is it something that you kind of get conditioned into?
I feel like it had to be 50-50.
They actually show that they partially are. I believe that.
Uh-oh.
And you're thinking like, what if your family members have biz that you're the same biz you're into genetically?
You see, yeah. It's so sad Raygo's missing this. Raygo would love. I don't want to think about
how long my family.
I was like, let me try to think of a fetish or a kink for a second, and I was like, no, I actually don't want to bring up any of this.
Yeah, this is actually it's not as bad as the fart letters still, but it's still pretty bad to think about.
It's possible that their descendant is alive, kicking 20 years old, and also drawing like Falco farting. Oh, Jesus Christ, on some building. You can't say it's not true.
Man, his sex letters were so bad.
They were. Anyway, do you want to read about a fallacy?
Yeah, let's read about a fallacy.
Hi to DV. You're telling me to buy an apple from this brand because they're supposedly better quality since they cost more. Oh, this is... Oh, wait. Well, but that's just an appeal to money. Expensive products aren't higher in quality. I'll buy one from a different brand instead to save money.
That's the fallacy. That's the fallacy where you're like, this is a fallacy, but you're wrong about it.
That's a fallacy. Therefore, you are wrong. Ow.
Let's look at that definition. That's a great one.
Wow. There's fallacies that contradict other fallacies. It could be tempting to conclude that a claim is false because the reasoning leading to it contains a fallacy, or even to say that there's a fallacy without saying which one, because the claim seems false. When pointing out to someone that they're using a fallacy, you must clearly state which one. What? and explain why you think this is the case. Keep in mind that a presence of a fallacy does not make a claim necessarily false, it just means that their reasoning is invalid. If you are accused of using a fallacy, ask for clarification. Which fallacy have I used? I don't like this person's little tidbits they
Like,
throw in.
they're like, here's how you would approach this in real life. Which,
Here's how you own
actually, because
this.
I don't think average people, if you were like, that's actually a fallacy, they'd be like, all right, you fucking nerd. Guess who's going in the locker?
Yeah, based on your experience, of course. Gunnar likes rats because someone sometimes saw a rat and thought, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in his brain.
It is,
What
yeah.
types of fallacy are there? I don't know. In this game, I think 60 pages worth.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of true, Arch Coffee Mancer, because my name is legally Gunnar, and I am named after a relative, like a great uncle or something. My mom's uncle, someone who is also named Gunnar. I was named after him. What else? Then my
and your last name is Rat.
Yeah, and then my great grandfather, I don't even know who, was like some radio host in the small little Missouri town that he lived in. And I was like, honestly, that's probably the equivalent of what I'm doing today. All these things of came together and formed me. How many fallacies are there?
Do you think you also like rats though? Because you said you. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
You said what?
No, don't worry about it.
What if I want to hear?
It was just something about. I was just gonna make a joke about you being horny for Mr. Ratburn.
Ratburn.
Yeah.
I don't think Ratburn would have been my rat awakening, but I don't know who would be. Fallacy. There's unemployment in the youth because young people just don't want to work. Is that circular reasoning?
Does that appeal to motive? It's hard to tell when there's unemployment in the youth because young people just because it's not circular reasoning, because circular reasoning would be like they don't want to work because they don't want to work, right?
They don't work, but saying they don't work because they don't want to.
I think it's
assuming appeal to motive sounds more right.
But what's the last one? Appeal to popular. Oh, okay, it was appeal to motive.
Let's find out.
I was like, it is a popular belief.
That's
have you ever seen David Diggs' Rat King from Moon Girl? I don't know what that is. That seems.
Yeah, that was a big video on Blue Sky a while ago. It's from this cartoon, Moon Girl, and then one of the characters in it is Rat King, and he was cool looking. Rat King.
Is he just made of a lot of rats?
Girl. No. I think it's just one big rat. Yeah, he is one big rat.
Oh, I thought I was going to be a Rat King, like the kind where there's just like a fuck ton of rats tied together.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Oh my goodness. Pull up my stream right now. What an actor from Boston. Really? You know what? Let's start watching Moon Girl.
Yeah, this is now a Moon Girl stream. We're just going to go ahead and...
Yeah.
We're going to stream it, but then we're going to flip it, and then we'll put like a line in the middle that is like... just a weird line of pixels that moves around.
Where the hell did my Fallacy game go?
Yeah, it kind of disappeared.
Did it close?
Fallacy.
It closed on me.
It was like, hey, they were like, hey, I think it's time for you to play The Sims 2.
You think so? I was kind of enjoying Fallacy game, honestly.
Me too, but I do want to play Sims.
Oh, we can play Sims. Thank you, Fallacy game. We learned a lot about Fallacy. Honestly, I'm not going to refund it. Hate to say it. What if I played it in my free time?
I actually think it's a good game.
I might learn something, and I'll come back here and share my education with you guys. Because what I like more than anything is when I'm at work, people try to pin me for something that I don't care about. I will point out flaws in their argument.
You're always doing this, and I'll be like, I'm so hungry, Gunnar. If I don't eat, I'm going to die. And you're like, you could actually die from something else also.
Actually, you could die from 10 different things before you die from that, so don't even worry. Allow me to share my screen with you, Bugathy. And also with chat, I guess. They could watch too if they want. You guys can watch too. I give you permission. Where's my Sims 2?
My son too.